And open your mouth and sigh it out. And just relax and soften. Do that again. Take a big breath through your nose. Inhale.
I figured it out. Sorry.
Sigh out. Exhale. Oh my God. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Sorry, Ava. You know, it's a little unconventional beginning we have going on today. Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay. Another big breath. Or maybe this is your first big breath. Inhaling. And sigh it out. Exhale. Right, relax your shoulders, soften. Again, big breath. Inhale. And just let the whole body fill with the breath. Fill all the way up, pausing at the top. And big sigh, exhale. All the breath out. And then let's do it one more time for good measure. Inhale. All the way up, holding the breath. Hold it and try and sip in a little bit more. Inhale. Hold on to that, right? And just notice what comes up as you're holding your breath. And then just let it all go. Exhale. And releasing and softening, and those thoughts will also just melt away. Then come into your Ujjayi breath now. In through the nose. Out through the nose. Right. Cultivating that soft sound at the back of the throat. And allowing yourself to just be here, to be really fully present in this moment. Right, that's the magic, right? That's the gift of the practice, right? Of our asana practice, of the breath work, of meditation, of all of the yoga practices. They're really helping us to just be fully present in the moment. The sensations, the sounds, feeling your breath, hearing your breath. And there may be other sounds or sensations or smells or whatever. It's fine to notice these things. We just don't want to get caught up in all that stuff, right? So then we come back into the sound of the breath, the sensation of the breath. Right, and whatever else is going on or was before or maybe later, whatever, right, it's not 100% relevant. Right, we're doing this thing right now. Steady inhale. Steady exhale. Notice how your body's feeling this morning. Notice your shoulders and your arms. How does it feel across your chest and belly? How's your back, upper back, lower back? Just noticing how it feels right now. How about your hips, your legs, your thighs, your calves, the lower leg, your hands, all that stuff. How about your feet, your hands? Just notice. Circling the wrists and the ankles. Notice how that goes. Maybe here's some cracks. Right, circle in both directions. And then stretch it out. Reach the arms overhead. Stretch your legs out nice and long. Oh. Take a little lean to the right side. And a little lean to the left side. And then back to center. And when you're ready, we'll gently bend the knees and hug the knees in towards the chest. And maybe rock a little bit side to side. And then take your knees over to the left. And reach your right arm out to the right. And just take an easy twist. Feel free to turn your head to the right and stretch your neck. And back up to center. Bring the knees to the middle. Inhale. Exhale. Knees to the other side. Big stretch here. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a big stretch. How does it feel? Hopefully it doesn't feel too intense. All right, back up to center. Okay, feet on the floor. Knees bent, feet flat. And let's bring the hands down by your hips. All right, and take a moment to just scoop out the low belly. So you're lengthening through the tailbone and the low back is just nice and down on the floor. All right, like we're doing bridge pose. So, knees bent, your heels kind of close, feet about hip distance apart. Take an inhale, peel your hips off the floor, lead with the tailbone, right? Lengthen the tailbone up and away, reach your arms up and overhead. Hold up for a moment, right? Press the big toes, press the inner heel, lengthen through the tailbone again, maybe lift the hips a tiny bit higher. And as you're up here, can you soften the shoulder blades away from your neck a little bit as you're reaching your arms overhead? Take one more breath here. And as you exhale, slowly roll it down. So really tucking the tail to round the spine. Lower the hips to the floor. Bring your hands back down to the floor by your hips. And take a moment to soften. All right, on your next inhale, peel up again. Lift the hips, right? Lengthening through the tailbone. Reach your arms overhead. Lifting the hips up, lengthen the tailbone again. Right, maybe you feel a gentle stretch at the front of the hips. And slowly bring it back down. Curling the tailbone under, slowly lower, all the way down. All right, let's do that one more time. Peel the hips up, peeling the spine off the floor, reach the arms up and overhead. Lengthening through the tailbone, puff the chest. All right, we're gonna keep the hips lifted, bring your hands back down by your hips, but keep the hips up off the floor. All right, breathing. So you're hopefully feeling a little squeeze in the glutes, right? Some work there. And again, lengthen through the tailbone. Bring your feet a little closer together. Not to touch, but just a little closer. All right, pick your right foot up and just tap your right toes out to the side and then bring your foot back in. Ooh, squeeze your glutes. Tap your left toes out to the side and bring your foot back in. Yeah, we'll do it a couple more times on each side. Tap the right toes out to the right and bring it back in. And left and bring it back. And one more time, right? And bring it back, and hopefully your glutes are feeling a little heat in the left foot, and bring it back. Take a breath to lift the hips a little higher, lengthening through the tailbone, and slowly roll it down. All the way down. Okay, soften, hug your knees in. Just notice how your low back feels. Rock a little bit side to side. Hopefully you feel a little stretch in the glutes. Let's straighten the legs. Stretch your hamstrings, the backs of the thighs. Feel free to pull the legs in closer. Turn your toes out, bring the legs out wide. Stretch the inner thighs. That's good. And bring them back together. All right. Let's rock and roll forward and back a couple of times. Let's do some cat-cow. So we'll roll to come up and over and onto hands and knees for some cat-cow. So we flip it around, we face the other way, and let's move a little bit more. Inhale, lifting the chest, lifting the sit bones. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, lift and stretch. Exhale, turn around. Couple more like that. Inhaling, round, exhaling. One more. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, rounding. Sit the hips all the way back just for a moment into child's pose. Right, just to, be here. Feel free to come back here anytime you need to. If you need to take a break, child's pose is a really nice place to rest. Okay. On that note, we're going to come back up into our tabletop position. Right, tailbone lengthening. So you feel a little bit of a lift in the belly. So you're not just kind of allowing the belly to kind of sag here. Lengthening through the tailbones. Tuck your tailbones. You just have one. So lengthen through the tailbone. The one that you have. Tuck your toes. And flow your knees. You're still at tabletop. Just flow your knees up off the floor. Woo! And just notice how that kind of heats things up a little bit, right? Keep the belly lifted, right? Keep that feeling of almost a little rounding in the lower back. And we're going to try tapping our toes again. So right foot out to the right and bring it back into your floating tabletop. Left foot out and bring it back. And the knees stay bent. Right foot out, bring it back. Left foot out and bring it back. Hopefully you're feeling some heat. Right foot out and back. Left foot out and back. Inhale and bring it down. Ooh, exhale, sit back, child's pose, take a breath. Appreciate all the parts of you that got to work as you did that. So nice. Okay. Let's do downward facing dog and just get a little stretchy, shall we? Come on up. Walk the hands a little farther forward than your tabletop. Tuck the toes. Come on in. Hips up and back. Maybe you pedal the heels a time or two. Just appreciate all the yummy stretching things that we get to feel in down dog. I know there's a bit of work here too, but if we can, think about how nice it also feels for the stretchy parts, maybe the work won't seem too bad. All right, settle in for a couple of breaths. And again, that same little lift in the low belly, right? Lengthening through the tailbone, lengthening the lower back. There is a slight lift in the head so that your ears are in line with your upper arms. Smooth out your breath. Let's just take a couple more here in this down dog. And you have the option of walking or jumping. We're going to bring our feet to our hands. As you inhale, maybe gaze forward. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk, float, feet to hands. Lift up halfway, inhale. Fold back down, exhale. All the way back up, firm the glutes, sweep the arms, reach up, stretch up, look up. Exhaling the hands to the heart. Drop your gaze to your fingertips. Feel free to close your eyes as you set an intention for your practice this morning. So we had a kind of exciting start, a little unconventional beginning, right? But it's all good. This is part of the joy of the practice, right? It's just, life brings what it brings, and you just roll with it. That's our goal, right? Is to just be present, and be in this place of what we call in yoga, it's a sattvic, right? The sattvic state where we're not being pulled in one direction or the other. We're just in this kind of happy place. Right, so life does what it does. We experience it, and we breathe, and we roll with it. Our yoga helps us do that. All right, so take a big breath here. Inhale. Sigh it out, exhale. Release the hands down. Turn the palms out. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, up and over, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise up, come all the way back up. Exhaling the hands to the heart. So we'll just kind of roll with our practice today and let it unfold how it does. Hands down, palms out. Inhale. Exhale, up and over and folding in. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, firm the glutes all the way back up. Exhale, hands through the midline. All right, we'll keep going. Hands down, palms out. Inhale. Exhale, hinging and folding. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees. Hands are down. Here we go to our first plank pose. Right foot back, left foot back. Hello, plank pose. Again, lifting through the belly. Again, lengthening through the tailbone. Let's get up on the tippy toes, right? Keep that low belly active. It's going to support the spine as we're hovering here in gravity. And of course, your low back is kind of at the center, so it's, the most vulnerable. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, lower to the floor. Bending your elbows to come all the way down. Flatten your feet. Reach the hands back. Curl the tailbone under. Lift up, head, chest, feet, knees, thighs. Right, pressing away from the floor. Stretch. And bring it down. Let's do that again. Curling the tailbone under. Inhale, lifting the head, the chest. Lift the legs. Breathe here. Shoulders away from the neck. Exhale, release it down. Let's do one more. Curl the tailbone under. Inhale, lifting up. Sweeping the arms overhead. Right, reaching forward. Bend your elbows. Pull your elbows down by your waist. Your hands by your shoulders. And then stretch the arms overhead again. Inhale. Exhale, pull the elbows down. Try and keep the legs up. Inhale, reach, chest up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. Let's do a couple more. Bend the elbows, squeeze the waist. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach. Let's do one more. Bend the elbows. Reach overhead. Inhale. And take it down, exhale. Oh my goodness. Right, so just appreciate the work in your back. Right, it's good for those muscles to squeeze and strengthen. You may feel your legs, your glutes too, sure. All right, plant your palms by your ribs. Tuck your toes. Here too, right, using your lower abs. Feel free to press up onto your knees. Take it, inhale. Exhale, press the floor away. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. All right. One more breath. Stretch back. All right. Use your next inhale to gaze forward. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk, float, feet to hands. Lift up halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. All the way back up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pulling the palms through the midline. Keep going. Hands down, palms out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees. Hands are down. Left foot, right foot into your plank pose, top of the push-up. Curl the tailbone under. Lengthening the heart forward. Hover here. Bring the big toes to touch. Right arms nice and straight. Right foot out to the side. Bring it back. Left foot out to the side and bring it back. So you can tap the toes on the floor, right? Keep going. Right side, left side. One more time, right side. Woo! Left side. We're back. Take an inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Chest, chin to the floor. Flatten the feet, hips melt down. Inhale, lift the chest, stretch. Exhale, lengthen and lower. Let's do that again, cobra pose. Pressing the palms. Inhale, peel the chest up. Exhale, lengthen and lower down. One more time like that. Pressing the hands. Inhale, peel up. Oh, stretch the front of the body. Take one more breath here. And then back to down dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Stretch back, press back, inhale, exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk, float your feet to your hands, halfway lift, inhale, fold, exhale, all the way back up, firming the glutes to rise, inhale, exhale, hands to heart, dropping your gaze to your fingertips, maybe closing your eyes, just take a breath. Feel your heart beating, feel your body, right? Okay, let's keep going. Hands down, palms out, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lifting halfway up. So you can continue to step back, or if you want to jump your feet back, plant the hands, step or float. Inhale, exhale. Maybe chaturanga, halfway to the floor. To upward facing dog, back to downward facing dog. Okay, you can bring the feet a little closer together if you like. Send the right leg up into the air. Turn the toes out, lift the hip, bend the knee. There's a nice stretch here. Nice stretch to be had. Straighten your leg, square your hips off, right? Keep your belly lifted. Take an inhale. Exhale, pull your knee to your nose, round the spine. Inhale, reach the leg up and back. Maybe you touch your forehead with your knee, round and shift forward. Inhale, reach the leg. One more time, rounding the spine, hollow out. Step your foot between your hands, just right forward. Yeah. Bend the back knee a little bit, come up crescent. Squaring the hips by lengthening the outer right hip back. Even just scissoring your feet. Try pulling your feet towards each other, but they probably won't actually move. Melt the shoulders down. Begin to lift the heart up towards the ceiling. Right, keep the tailbone lengthening down. Try. Press the upper arms back. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale your left hand down to the floor or a block inside the front foot. Press your back leg nice and straight. Then slowly peel up and into the twist. Reaching the right arm straight up. Take an inhale, turn the palm forward. And as you exhale, reach the right arm up and overhead. Soften the shoulder blade down. And see if you can look up at the ceiling inside your right arm. One more breath. Reach the top arm up, inhale. Exhale the hand down to the floor. Hands plant, step back. You're in plank, inhale. Exhale through the vinyasa. Go straight to down dog. Right, modify. You can do knees, chest, chin if you like. Right, feel free to do chaturanga and upward facing dog. Okay. Left leg. Inhale it up. Turn the toes out, lift the hip, bend the knee. Ah, that stretch feels nice. Right, enjoy that. Straightening the leg, squaring the hips, pressing back, reach back, keep the belly lifting. Inhale. Exhale, knee to your nose, shift forward, squeeze. Inhale, reach the leg up and back. Again, forward, squeeze and round. Inhale, reach. One more time, come forward. Stay forward and just step your foot between your hands. Come up crescent. So you can bend the back knee to come up. Right, lifting the frontal hip bones up. Look for a stretch at the front of the right hip. Right, hip bones lifting, find that release. Scissoring the feet. Right, scissoring the feet. You want to keep the hips squaring towards the top of your mat. Right? Heart up, upper arms, press back a bit, send the tailbone down, lift the chest, inhale, exhale, slowly releasing. Right hand to the floor, left arm to the sky. Well, right hand to the floor or a block, right? Press your back leg super straight, reach up, take an inhale, turn the left hand forward and reach the arm overhead. Right, lengthen the outer left hip back as you reach the fingertips forward. Get the left side longer. Take one more breath here, back leg straight. Reach the top arm up, inhale. Exhale, the hand comes down, hands plant for plank. Step back, inhale. Exhale through the vinyasa, or right, feel free to not vinyasa. Right, back to down dog. Steady breath. One more. Inhale, press back. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk. Float your feet to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rising, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a breath, inhale. Side it out. Release the hands down. All right, here we go into chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, bend deeply. Inhale, reach up. Soften the shoulders away from your neck. Right, it's easy to get kind of jammed up here, so melt the shoulder blades down. Lengthen through the pinky edges of the hands. Sit back into those heels. And see if we can start to pull up from the hip bones. Pull up to lift up. Maybe look up. Take another breath. Squeeze your glutes. Inhale. Exhale, let it go, fold. Take an extra breath in the fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, hands are down, step back, jump back. Through the vinyasa you go. Right, feel free to not vinyasa. Send your right leg up into the air, inhale. Exhale, rounding the spine, step forward, foot between the hands, Bring your back foot a little closer. Hands to your hips to come up. For Parsvottanasana, so square into the top of your mat, right? Bring the left hip forward, right? And then we'll come into the classic arms or a variation of the classic arms. So that means hidden prayer, thumbs turned down. You tug your hands in behind you to try and ultimately press your palms together. I keep grabbing my shirt, but it's okay. All right. So if your palms don't press, make fists and press your knuckles. You can interlace your fingers back there. It's all good. All right. Lift your chest. Inhale. Exhale. Come forward into the fold. Hug the outer right hip back and in. Right, long spine out over the legs. How's your breath? Spread the collarbone nice and wide. Oh, take one more breath here. Slowly come up, come all the way up. Spin around and face the other way. Try and keep your hands. I have to fix my shirt. Okay. So same idea, palms pressing or however much they'll get close, right? Lift the chest, left hip back, inhale, exhale into the fold, right? Fold, fold. Oh, so stretchy, right? So breathe into the stretch, lengthen the left hip back, keep your legs nice and strong, right? Wide across the collarbones. Take one more breath here. Press into your back foot. Inhale. Lift all the way up. Let's release the arms here. Down. Oh. Stretch up. Inhale. Exhale. Release it. Oh. Give your shoulders a little shake. Turn sideways. We'll separate the feet a little bit more. Toes pointing out. Bend your knees. Bend your knees like a sumo kind of, we'll call it goddess pose. All right, nice deep bend. Hands on your knees. Drop your left shoulder down. Pressing into your right knee with your right hand. We're attempting to keep the arms straight, but this will give your back a bit of a stretch, which is nice. Up to center, inhale. Exhale the other way. Right, just building some heat in the legs. Inhale, center. Let's do one more time each side. Bend the, not bend. Just dip the left shoulder, kind of turning to the left. We're actually trying to keep the elbows straight. Up to center, inhale. And then exhale, we'll turn to the left. Drop the right shoulder down. One more breath. Back to center. Good. So let's hold it here. We'll reach the arms out, palms up. Think about a little length through the tailbone here too, right? So you feel the low back get a little longer. I know, feel the heat in your legs. Soften the shoulders away from your neck. Try and engage your glutes a little bit more. Take one more breath here. I know. Inhale up to stand. Oh. Exhale your hands to your heart. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. So you're still facing sideways. Totally great and fine. We're going to stand and hands at the heart. Come into tree pose. So stand on your right leg. Pick your left foot up and just place it on your leg somewhere, wherever it goes. It'll just be however high it is. Doesn't matter. So I fall over. Press your foot into your leg and your leg into your foot. Right, and that'll give you a nice energy line to the middle. Ground down through your foot as you reach your arms up. Right, soften the shoulder blades away from your neck again. And just breathe here for a moment. Right, smooth, steady breath. in our Vrikshasana tree pose. Fantastic. Bring the left knee to center. And then just straighten the leg out front. Straighten it out front with the arms overhead, and we'll hold here. 3, 2. Now, don't just let it go. We're actually going to do warrior 3. I know. You can bend the right knee a little bit if it helps you get into the pose. Hold for a moment. Breathe. Can you come back up to where we just were? Bring the leg forward. Yes, and then release it down. Oh, okay, shake it. I don't know about you, but I feel my right leg a lot. And my foot, you know. Okay. Now this leg gets to rest, and we'll do the other side. So we'll start with the hands at the heart. Get nice even standing in your left foot, still lengthening the tailbone down. Right, pick your right knee up, put your foot on your leg, turn the knee out. It is what it is, right? It doesn't need to be any particular height. Just on your leg, press your leg into your foot into your leg. Squeeze to the center. Yes. Lengthening the tailbone down. Reach up through the fingertips. Root through the standing foot, right? Press down to get tall. Soften your shoulder blades down away from your neck. Lengthening down through the tailbone as the heart lifts. You're a tree. One more breath. All right, bring the knee to center. I know your standing leg. Straighten the right leg out. You're almost there. Right, keep breathing. Ujjayi breath to warrior 3. Feel free to soft bend the left knee. Right, you can absolutely do that. Breathe. Hug the belly, hug the ribs. All right, back up to where we were. Lift up, leg out front. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Oh, shake it out, your legs. Oh my gosh. Right, feel all that. Oof. Okay, open legs back up. Kind of wide for Sarda, Padottanasana. Let's do the A variation. My mat moved a little bit, but it's okay. Let's do the A variation, hands on hips. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold in, bring your hands to the floor. Plant your hands so your arms look like chaturanga or tripod headstand as best as you can. Breathe here. Shoulder blades lifting up away from the floor, right? Kneecaps also lifting up, legs active. Inhale, lift up halfway, zip the belly. Bring your hands to your hips, come the rest of the way up. Trikonasana, facing the top. So turn your whole right foot and leg to face the top of your mat. Pick your left heel up and drop it back, arms wide, firm your glutes. Hug the belly back, right? Reach forward. You're trying to stay lined up with your front leg, right? So you're right over it, right over it. And when you can't reach forward anymore, let your hand land on the floor, your shin, your knee, a block, right? And then open up, open the chest. The left ribs rolling back so that you're in a nice flat plane in line with your front leg. Firm the glutes, root the right big toe mound into the floor. One more breath here. Yes, of course we're gonna do Ardha Chandrasana. Bend your right knee. You can keep your left hand reaching or put it on your hip. Maybe with a block in your right hand. I'm gonna just scooch my front foot back a hair. Maybe one big step. Maybe a couple of steps. Come on into the half moon. Lifted leg, straight and active. Right, like there's a wall back there and you wanna push your foot onto the wall. Right, open here too. It's just like Trikonasana. The tendency for the top shoulder is to roll down towards the floor. So we're gonna do the opposite and open it up. Hug the belly to the spine. Hug it back. Maybe look up. Take one more breath. Let's find warrior two. Bend your right knee. Reach the left foot all the way back. Virabhadrasana two. Just a couple breaths. Find the pose. Glutes squeezing, right? Yes. Flip the right palm into the reverse, up and back. Lift the chest up to the sky as you bend into that front knee. Take one more breath in the reverse. On your next inhale, your warrior two, and release it. Oh, hands come down. Oh, step back. Take your vinyasa. Go straight to down dog. Feel free to rest in child's. I'm just gonna wet my whistle a little bit here. With tea though, not with booze. It's a little early. Okay. Not just wet your whistle is strictly associated with alcohol. That's not what I meant. Okay. Down dog. Just to be clear. All right. The left side. Pick your left leg up into the air. Like I knew what I wanted to say, but the words just didn't want to come out. Step your foot between your hands. Trikonasana. So right heel to the floor, heel to heel. Windmill yourself up, straightening the front leg. Cut the outer left hip back and in. Arms wide. Reach. Right? You can look at your front leg if that helps. And make sure that you're not slowly getting forward or inside of it. Right? So look at it. And then your hand will come down when you can't reach forward anymore. Right? Lift up. The top arm reaching. Right? Gaze up. And maybe just check in and see if you got inside your front leg. Maybe you need to lean back a bit. Lengthening the left side of the body. Keep your legs active. Lengthening the left hip back and then lengthening forward through the left armpit. All right. Legs stay strong. Look down. Send the left hand forward, maybe with a block, right? You can bend the left knee, come into Ardha Chandrasana, right? Lengthening the left side, and then energizing the lifted leg. Standing the right foot on that imaginary wall back there. If it's possible for you to shift your gaze up, you can see your top thumb up there. Get it right over your mouth. All right, we're gonna exit into warrior two. So bending your left knee, the right foot takes a huge step back. Just about 5 breaths in the warrior two pose. Yes, firm the glutes. Keep a lift in the low belly. Take it to the reverse, flip the left palm, reach up and back, and then lift up out of the back waist as you bend into your left knee. Right, so heart lifts up, knee bends. One more breath. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, left hand, right hand. Step it back, taking the vinyasa. Feel free to skip it. Oh, my back cracked. And go straight to down dog. All right, you can sigh the breath out if you like. Shake your head out. Breathe here. One more big breath. Stretch back, inhale. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk, float your feet to your hands. Lift up halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale, chair pose, bend the knees, reach your arms, firm the glutes. All right, give them a good squeeze. Okay, I'm gonna turn to face you. Let's bring the left arm under the right arm. Pressing the palms. Lift your elbows. Squeeze your glutes. All right, we're gonna come into the eagle pose. So keep the bend in the right knee. Left leg over the top. So your toes may be sticking out to the side. Maybe you can squeeze them into the outer ankle. Maybe you tuck them around to the inside. Right, but sit into the pose, lift your chest. Squeeze your legs. Good. You're an eagle. Whoa. One more breath. We're going to fly away to the standing splits. Hands to the floor, left foot in the air. Right, let the top of the head dangle for a moment. All right, lift the chest, come halfway up, inhale. Fold back down. Try bringing your right hand to your right ankle. And then lift your left big toe up a little higher. Breathe here. Maybe your left hand also comes to your right ankle. Breathe, breathe. 2, 1, take it back to the lunge. Bend your right knee, land your left foot all the way back. So let me turn sideways, you can see that for a second. Whew, so just take a moment, right? Support your lunge. Let your right hip soften for a second. Scoot your right foot over, bring your right arm inside. Please feel free to put your back knee down on the floor, but consider coming down into the lizard lunge. Maybe you're on your forearms, maybe you put your block here, rest your forearms on the block, maybe you're on your hands, however. Heart goes forward. Right hip back. Oh, it's a big stretch, right? Yeah. All right, consider bringing your right arm behind your right leg and squiggling your right foot in a little bit more. Right, and then maybe you can try the arm balance. Hands come back. Squiggle your feet a little wider apart. Maybe just your front foot gets off the floor and that's as far as you go. But if it's possible for you to lean in, squeeze your glutes, and get your back foot off the floor, do that. Maybe even taking it to chaturanga. In any case, release that. Take a vinyasa. We'll meet in down dog. Oh, right. Oh. Breathe. Shake your head out. Sigh the breath out if you like. Okay. Coming back to the top. Press back. Lift the heels. Bend the knees. Walk. Float your feet to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Chair pose, what? Utkatasana, last one I promise. Okay, let me face you again. Last one I promise. Right arm under left arm. Feel free to hold your shoulders. Or if you have a strap, to get your hands to meet. If they don't, just do that on your own. Okay, and then right leg over the top. And maybe your toes stick out to the side, maybe they hug in, maybe you can tuck them around again. We're just gonna sit in eagle and breathe. So the shoulders are down, the chest is up. Press your wrists away from your face. Good. Keep bending, take one more breath, squeeze those legs. Release into the standing splits. Hands down, laid up. Whew. Take a moment, let your head just dangle. All right, inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, as you fold, try grabbing your left ankle with your left hand. Right big toe up in the air. All right, keep reaching with the lifted leg. See if you can bring your right hand to your left ankle. Breathe here. 3, 2, 1. Back to your crescent lunge. So maybe I'll just stay facing this way this time. Take a moment. I know for me, it's like the standing leg is like, it just needs a second. Like, okay, buddy, right? Okay. Like you'll get the high sign, or at least something like that. Come on down. However much, right? So maybe your forearms, maybe on a block, maybe on your hands with some bent elbows. Press the inseam of the front foot, whatever you're doing. Press that down. Okay. I know. It'll help you get into the arm balance now. All right. So consider tucking behind, your left arm behind. Right hands plant. All right. Squiggle back, look forward, straighten. Right, and maybe that's enough. If you can come into the rest of it, go for it. Oh, so close to the floor. Right? You don't have to. And then step back, jump back. Let's take child's pose. Let's take child's pose for a breath or two. I don't know about you, but I'm a little sweaty. Okay. So Ekapada Kundanyasana B, that was the arm balance. Not easy, not easy. None of the arm balances are easy. You have to be really pretty flexible in your legs and your hips. Right, it's the only way you're gonna get into that crazy position. Okay, very nice. Very nice, everyone. Let's lie on our backs. Take a couple of back bends. And like I know your back a little bit, so feel free to kind of go easy on the back bends. You know, we can just have a brief upside down. Let's just do it. I'm like, it's a little later than usual when I get to this point. But let's just take 2 minutes. Let's do 2 minutes of upside down. So maybe that means resting upside down. So you're lying on your back with your legs up. We'll take 2 upside down minutes, and then we'll do a couple minutes of back bends, and then really start to cool down. Okay, so any upside down thing that you like, headstand, pincha, handstand, Viparita Karani, like putting your legs up on something, right? Whatever makes the most sense for you right now. And I mean, like you guys that are here with me right now, I know both you guys know what to do, so feel free to have fun with it. Okay, on that note, trying to decide what I'm doing. I'm trying not to jump. It's disagreeing with me. All right, one more last call. I know it's short, but we got a little bit of a late start, so we'll modify. We'll be adaptable. Okay. I'll use my other leg just for good measure. Practice what I preach, if you will. Oh. I have to jump a little bit. Okay. Let's stop. Stop doing upside down time. We'll wrap it up, whatever you're doing, right? And we'll come lie down. Okay. This way we have a couple minutes for back bends, and then we can still stretch afterwards and we cool down. All right. So let's keep it simple with bridge pose, and then maybe Uttanasana if you're feeling up for that. So we're lying down, Now, that said, we could stay with bridge and maybe do an ecopata variation since we've been doing a lot of sticking our legs up and out and all of that. So we can definitely add that here. But it does level things up quite a bit. So we'll just keep that as an option. I'm going to say if you're going to do the ecopata, maybe try the bridge pose because doing it in Urdhva is a pretty big deal. Okay. Knees better be flat, just like we started out class today. Heels fairly close, touchable. Float the hips. Oh, right, lengthen through the tailbone. That's the key to the operation as far as keeping it out of the low back. Right, lengthen through the tailbone. Interlace your fingers under there. Tuck the arms under. Puff the chest. Oh, right, breathe. So let's just do straight bridge pose on this first round. See how it feels. Right, enjoy the stretch. All right, and nice and easy, let's come down. Take a breath or two here. All right, and then we're gonna do that again and then possibly add the ecopata, which one leg variation. So come on up, tuck, tuck, right? Find the pose, get stable, right? Bring your feet a little closer together. Now, maybe if you feel like you can stabilize yourself and do this, pull your right knee in and send your foot up to the ceiling. Lift your hips. Woo, breathe. Bring it down. If you can, do the other leg. Pull your left knee in. Send your foot up. If you need to wait and do it on the next round, and down. Oh my goodness. All righty, breathe. My shoulder is still kind of giving me trouble. So I'm trying to not do anything too crazy. So if you want one more round to do Urdhva just regular, or if you're enjoying the bridge pose, feel free to do one more round of bridge pose and maybe do the ecopata again, or maybe you only did one leg on the first side, so you're kind of morally obligated to do the second side in the next round. All right, so I think I'm just gonna do a relatively short Urdhva. So you decide what makes the most sense for you, including even sliding a block under your hips and doing something kind of low key that way. All right. Oh, so stretchy. All right. So coming down as you're ready to hug your knees into your chest. All right, squeeze them in. Maybe rock gently side to side. Just check in with your low back and see how your low back is feeling right now. All right, so we will take a twist and let's just do it from here on our backs. Lots of variations you can take with your legs. You can do the one that we did at the beginning. Legs together, knees stacked. You want a slightly deeper twist? Let's cross the legs. So you'll bring the right thigh on top of the left and take your legs over to the left. And then peel the chest open. Oh, reach the right arm out to the right. Open up into the twist. You may want to put your left hand into the crook of the right the hip thigh, and just gently nudge the top hip away, lengthening the right side of the body, stacking the hips. It does require a little bit more work, you know, on your part, but it does feel pretty nice in the lower back. Because you can probably see the top hip will sort of collapse in, so we can push it open. Okay, let's switch. So maybe uncross before you come up through center, especially if your low back's feeling tender. And then cross the other way, or if you're not crossing, just keep stacked knees and come on over. And then peel the chest open, reach the left arm away. Feel free to turn your head. And on this side too, maybe you take the left hand and you bring it into the crook of the thigh. And you lengthen the left hip away from you. Oh. Enjoy that. Couple breaths. All right, cooling down. Let's uncross and come back to center. Oh my goodness. Okay, I say we wrap things up from lying on our backs. We only have a few minutes really before Shavasana. So let's straighten the legs just like we did at the beginning of class. Straighten your legs up towards the ceiling. Right, and they'll be as straight as they get. Maybe you bring them in closer to you. If it feels okay for your low back to really round, you can definitely do that. There's even plow pose. This is a little bit of ab work if you do it without your hands. Right, just lifting the hips up and over. Halasana, plow pose. And just slowly, slowly bring the hips back, down, onto the floor. Legs out wide. Right in here too, you can grab on, hold your legs, press down on them. So notice the difference of when you have your heels kind of straight out from your hips and what that does, because that's one stretch. Nice. And then maybe bringing the feet towards your shoulders, if your legs will let you do that, and see what that does. Because you may get a little more hamstring stretch. So just see how it feels. Do what makes sense, you know. What I really want you to have is the inner thigh stretch. But if you can get inner thighs and hamstrings, why not? So nice. Okay. So bending the knees. Let's do either thread the needle or, you know, go across on the legs or something like that. So just release the hips gently in our last couple of minutes here. So crossing, it doesn't really matter, but let's maybe the right ankle over the left knee. Grab on to the back of your leg and just draw that in. Right, awesome stretch. Take any variation of this that you like. Including a reclined pigeon pose, which would be just cradling one leg and letting the other one go. So whatever makes the most sense for you, we'll take a few more breaths on this side. All right, try to relax whatever's not working. Because I know your arms have a little bit of a job to do when we're doing these recline stretches, but try and relax everything else. So, nice and easy, shifting, switching to the other side. Right, cross the opposite ankle or leg over on top, right, whatever makes more sense for you. Try and do what you did on the first side, but as always, right, you're not obligated to stay there if it's just not making sense for you today. Again, relaxing, 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 whatever you can. Last couple of breaths on this side. Soften. All right, slowly, gently. Releasing, let it go. If you want to do anything else before Shavasana, now's the time. Happy baby, or whatever. You don't have to come up with anything. You really don't. So if you're like, nah, I feel good. I think I'm just gonna lay here. Perfect. Do that. Right? Honor how your body feels today. Right? Like, that's kind of part of what I was mentioning at the beginning of classes, like, just try and just roll with it. What does your body want you to do? Lay here? Great. Perfect. All right, we're doing Shavasana. So as you get here, make sure that you do feel comfortable, right? And again, just honoring how your body feels. Make any adjustments that you need to in order to really relax. Allowing the whole body to relax and soften. And the whole body resting. Just like we were doing at the beginning of class, just being present. Right? Hear your breath, feel your breath. Trying to notice other sounds and thoughts. But just let them drift because each moment has its own gift. Staying present to what each moment brings while we rest in Shavasana. slowly begin to deepen your breath. Bringing awareness into the body, into this moment. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe stretch. Right, gently waking up. Hug the knees, give them a squeeze, maybe rock softly side to side. And then to your right side, all the way over. Take a breath or two. Okay. And using your hands, let's press up to sit. Oh my goodness. Okay. As you come to seated, let's pause. As we do, just pause and notice. Notice how you feel. Notice the effects of your practice. Notice what's shifted. Notice what's different. And bringing the hands to press at your heart. Thumbs to the sternum. Inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, gently bowing in gratitude for this practice. Grateful for all the goodness that it brings. Body, mind, spirit. Grateful, grateful. Just remembering how lucky we are. We have everything. We really do. Prepare for peace. Loka, samasta, sukhi no bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may my actions contribute to that end. Peace, peace. Thank you for practice. Have a wonderful Tuesday. Namaste. Or a wonderful whatever date is if you're watching this in the future. Thank you so much. All right. We did it. We did it. Good job.
That was a really good class. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. I hope your back feels better.
It actually does.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do it with the block under my lower back. That really helped to stretch the hamstrings.
Oh, good.
To lift
Okay.
a position back. Yeah.
Yeah, that would make a difference, actually.
I'm gonna try
Right
to-
on.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye, Julie.
I'm glad you got things to work, Julie.
Oh my God, do you want to know what I didn't do?
What?
I'm being a blonde. There's a button on the outside of the iPad. Yeah, it's for volume.
Yeah, that's what she told you.
That's what I was saying.
I couldn't hear anything.
Oh.
Down low, and so I couldn't hear shit. And I was like, God damn it, it's gotta be okay.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And then I gave up and I closed my, because I have my iPad in a case with a keyboard, and that's just where it lives. So I gave up and I closed it. And when I closed it, I was like, oh, there's a button right there.
Oh my goodness.
Good times. We're doing it. We're doing it.
Thanks for getting the blood going in my brain.
Have a great day, guys. Bye.
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 Funny.
Bye.
Oh my God.